Hello and welcome to Non-Stop Wrestling Chat. My name is Barry and this is your AEW versus NXT review. It's not really a versus because, they're not really in a war. Well, they're in a war, but they're not really, it's not like Nitro and shit. But anyway, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and that beautiful notification bell, guys. And let's get into it. First of all, before we do start, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. My goal for this year was to hit 50 subs. Of me talking about wrestling, making a few videos, was definitely to hit that 50 sub mark, which is I'm nearly at. I'm at 44 just now, so I'm 6 more, and that'll literally make my year. And then next year we've got some big things planned, and we're going to get this stuff sorted. Anyway, guys, let's get into AEW first, as always. So we kick off with TH2 versus the Young Bucks. Young Bucks picked up the win here. Also, just a reminder, I have my Bret Hart light up jumper on today. Young Bucks picked up the win. 2.5 stars, guys. This was a good opener. Now, a lot of people probably say this deserves a little bit more than 2.5. For me, personally, I'm getting a little bit tired of the Young Bucks. I'm just getting a little bit drawn out with them. Do you know what I mean? It seems as if they always do the exact same thing. And, there was no surprise that they picked up the win here. Like I say, it was a middle of the road good opener. I enjoyed it, but because the way I'm starting to go off the Bucks, it kind of felt a little bit, oh, this is going to happen next. I know this. Do you know what I mean? Then we got Cody Rhodes, so he's coming out with Tony. Tony wants his reaction on Sting. Before he can see anything, the Crow appears and Sting comes out. Sting cut an awesome promo here. When he pointed up to Darby was pretty cool. I think that's the best place to use him. If they're going to do a tag, they could do like a manager of Sting's the manager of Darby / Sting tags with Darby. I think that would be a great way to get his career more, just to get Darby Allin more over and more believable. But like Darby and Sting tagging together would be great. Sting talking was brilliant. Getting a hug off Tony. Darby's manager, I think, would be the best way to use Sting at the minute, but I don't know. I loved how he says to Cody, I'll see you later, kid. I think that is a great way. There's probably 3 or 4 matches that Sting could have. 8-10 minutes, put people over, maybe get a win. He could against Cody, definitely. Him against Jericho, I don't know if it would work at Jericho's age, because he isn't really going now. I know Sting's obviously older. But, yeah, I think Cody, then you've got, maybe he goes up against, I don't know, there is, like, Omega or Ambrose or somebody, like, there's lots of choices for him to go for, but, I think putting him teamed up and doing, like, a Sting Darby would be the best way for it. But I enjoyed this, guys, I really enjoyed it, and it's great seeing Sting on TV. Then we had the Blondes versus FTR. FTR picked up the win here. This was a cool middle of the road match, guys. Nothing more that I can really say here. 2.5 stars. The Dark Order's 10 versus Dustin Rhodes. Dustin picked up the win. This really didn't live up to much here, guys. 1.5. After the match, Dustin had a thing with the Dark Order, and that didn't really live up either. I don't know, like, Dustin's good, right? He's always been good. I just think, where do you use him? Do you know what I mean? Like, at this point in his career, where do you use him? And that's the hard bit here. Then there was a whole bunch of segments with Brandy and Shaq, and the Inner Circle had their stuff. Do you know, it was good, but for me, it just felt like it dragged on. It was like a long fucking ass bit of segments. It just felt they really, really dragged. Then they had the Butcher, the Blade, and Kingston versus Lance Archer, Rey Fenix, and Penta. Butcher, Blade, Kingston got the win here. I like this one. It was weird seeing Archer in a tag team, but yeah, 2.5 stars. A solid match. It was a good match. It just lacks something. Then Archer, after it, attacks the Butcher, Blade, and Kingston. They're going at it. Then Archer sits Blade up in the corner, looking for the blackout. Butcher saves him, and they get the hell out of there. Then Abandon versus Price. Abandon picked up the win. This was just a squash match to get Abandon over, guys. It done what it had to do, but I'm not going to rate it. Abandon beats down on on Price, looking like she's kind of just fucking kicking her ass in after the match. Shida comes out with kendo sticks to save Price. Do you know, that was pretty cool, the aftermath for that. But compared to the women in NXT, this one just misses a mark. Kenny Omega comes in a helicopter, just being bougie now. Dawn and Omega, they cut the kind of similar promo that they cut last night in Impact. The night before, on Tuesday in Impact. Quite similar. It was fun to see again. You know, we've already kind of seen it, but it was cool. They added in a few other tags. But, yeah, it was kind of cool. Then they get the Dynamite Diamond Ring match. Orange Cassidy versus MJF. MJF picked up the win. This one was all over the place. It was a solid match, but it was just mental. After it, Mario kind of was going over on people and stuff like that, so I was quite happy with that. But 2.5 for here. Overall, AEW got a 2.5 stars. You know, AEW was good. It was enjoyable. The segments were a little bit dragging. Nothing mega special happened. Just Sting coming out. And that was the best thing about the show, really. Sting being there. The matches were good. The young guys were good. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, like, Sting's back and he's in his 60s and stuff like that. I think he knows what he's doing. You know, like, I don't think he might have one match or two. Yeah, he might not have any. Like, who knows? Let's see what happens. But, yeah, I'm happy Sting's back on it. The show was good and it was just an enjoyable show. NXT now, guys. Finn Balor kicked off the show, basically with a segment setting up for a title match at New Year's Evil, which, always looking forward to see Finn Balor wrestle. First match we had was Isaiah Scott versus Jake Atlas. Jake Atlas picked up the win here, 2 stars. This was really nothing special. It was really short, it was under 5 minutes. There just was a lot missing from this. Like, it left a lot to be desired. Then we got Ever Rise versus Grizzled Young Veterans versus Emporium. Grizzled Young Veterans picked up the win. Now, I enjoyed this match. I gave it 2.5 stars. The Young Veterans really are... I'm really liking them at the moment. I really enjoying their work. And it shows in this match that they're really good. Then we got Cameron Grimes versus Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa picked up the win here. 2.5 stars, guys. But you know what? Ciampa... I'm a mark for Ciampa, and I'm guessing it's because he's got a beard and no hair. But I feel he's really been off his game recently. Like, he's really... I don't know if maybe he's unhappy with his position or whatever. He just seems like something's missing. And he really has been off his game. But it was still a solid match. I just hope he gets that click back, because I love his kind of older matches. But the matches he's had recently have kind of missed marks. And we got Killian Dane versus Pete Dunne. 3 stars for this, guys. This was just a solid, good wrestling match. You know, hard hitting and enjoyable. Sometimes you just need 2 guys to go out there and put on a fucking wrestling match, and that's what we got here. Then Amber Moon versus Raquel Gonzalez. Gonzalez picked up the win. This worked really well, guys. Everybody loves a David and Goliath story. It's sometimes the best way to tell a story. But really good match, really enjoyable. And yeah, this was a really good match. After the match, Toni Storm, she shows up to jump Amber Moon. However, Rhea Ripley's music plays, she comes out for the save. And Raquel and Rhea kind of square up, but Raquel backs off after a few seconds. You know, I thought it was pretty cool. And again, the women are main evented NXT there, and it just shows how good they actually are. Overall, 2.5 stars, guys, I gave this. Again, I enjoyed NXT. It really was enjoyable. And the women were the highlight of the show. Again, obviously the guys put on good matches, but the women were the highlight there. I'm giving NXT a 2.5. Just because I felt the pacing was a little bit off. But overall, guys, both shows were good. I enjoyed both shows tonight. You know, it's good seeing Sting back on TV, over on TNT and stuff like that. It was cool seeing him there. I like the AEW stuff, sorry, the NXT stuff, pushing the women and stuff like that. Both shows are good. And again, guys, the only complaint that I kind of had from any of these shows was the segments maybe were a little bit dull. The one that as interesting as it could have been. But yeah, overall, it was a cool night. It's Wednesday nights is where we win. There's really, it's so silly to say that, like, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, they're my two favourite days of the week to watch wrestling, and then I've got my Mondays and Fridays when I'm watching Raw and SmackDown. As I've really went off them. It's up and down booting and stuff like that, but I still watch them. It's still wrestling. I'm allowed to have my opinion, and that's the other thing as well, guys. You might not agree with anything that I say about last night at all. You might think Sting's the worst wrestler of all time. That's everybody's opinion. That's fine for you to believe that. You don't need to believe what I believe. I had somebody comment yesterday on my Twitter, and they were saying, like, oh, like, I think you're totally wrong and stuff. I think this. And I was like, well, that's the beauty of wrestling. You can think one thing and I can think the other. And that's what makes wrestling. That's what makes it good. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love yous and leave yous there. Quick update before I do go. I've got a Christmas episode planned. I don't know when I'm going to put it up. Hopefully it'll be up just in between Christmas. But yeah, Christmas episode is planned. And enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you here tomorrow. I've got a few videos tomorrow, and then I've got the normal weekend kind of stuff. See you later, guys.